Hey, how's it going out there, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great day. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Cash, and this is Trucker News, or as we say around here, say it with me, hashtag Trucker News. Let's get into some news stories. But first, you ask, what is Trucker News? I'm an illiterate truck driver. I'm going to do my best to read news stories to you that I think you should know. I'm going to save you all that hassle of having to read and waste your time. You can be doing other things while you basically get the news read to you. What a great concept. Let's get to it, though. First of all, I got great stories, so stick around. I'm going to read you all the headlines first, and then we'll go through the stories. Construction materials company has been sued for firing a female trucker who wore a skirt for religious purposes. Come on. Truckers already getting English literacy warnings in Texas. Come on. Police say trucker found burned on the side of the road likely set himself on fire. Whoa. Truck driver who ignored weight limit signs ordered off the road after police find open container of marijuana. Damn it. Truck driver from El Salvador charged for making false statements at the New York port of entry. Two trucks crash, sending one off a bridge in Minnesota. Damn it. Truck driver accused of intentionally rear-ending a car as part of a $10 million staged crash scheme. That happens. Driver facing charges after falling asleep behind the wheel in Virginia. And finally, 3,000 pounds of marijuana, 260 pounds of cocaine have been seized from a commercial vehicle following a traffic stop on I-70 in Kansas. Woo! We got the live ones today, folks. Hang around. Let's get to it. Construction material company's been sued for firing a female truck driver who wore a skirt for religious purposes. I got to come up with some weird religion where everything I do is like counterintuitive, and then when they fire me, I sue them. U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission announced that a lawsuit has been filed against the construction materials manufacturer for religious discrimination. Yes, a suit was filed against CEMEX, the Construction Materials Florida LLC, for a violation of Civil Rights Act. Officials say that female truck driver who is an apostolic Christian asked CEMEX for permission to wear a close-fitting skirt over her work pants as a accommodation for her religious beliefs. This request was denied, and due to that company policy, uh, they they do not permit loose-fitting clothing. They say the employee only wore the close-fitting skirts over her work pants and was in compliance with the company policy. Ultimately, the company forced the employee to choose between wearing a skirt or losing her job. And now the company's going to choose between having money and no money because she's going to sue the hell out of them. Federal law prohibits this kind of discrimination by employers against their employees, says Tampa Field Office Director Tamara Schwegelberg. Employers must not make their employees choose between observing their religions and maintaining their livelihoods. I'm going to start a religion that's against work, not allowed to work. So you hire me, and then I'm going to be like, well, I can't work because it's against my religion. And then you fire me, and see you in court, you dirty bastards. That's me, always scheming. Why work when you could be scheming? I always say. Truckers are already getting English literacy warnings in Texas. Mexican transportation officials say that some of their truck drivers are already receiving English literacy warnings in the state of Tejas. In April, President Trump signed blah blah blah. We already know all that. Let's get to the real meat of it. Afonso Milan Chavez with Mexican National Chamber of Freight Transportation in Tijuana says that only 30% of Mexican truck drivers with B1 visas who are authorized to drive all the way to Canada have sufficient English literacy. Well, there's going to be a problem, it sounds like. I've just got word one driver received a warning while driving in Texas on Tuesday. We heard the visas were being taken away too, but that is not accurate. We do We do need to pay attention to these warnings. Drivers could be put out of commission and their companies could face fines and other sanctions. That's right. You got to get it all together these days, I guess. I don't know. Warnings don't mean a lot, really, do they? Police say trucker found burned on the side of the road, likely set himself on fire. Whew, that girl is on fire. Police say truck driver found burned on the side of a Michigan roadway, likely set himself on fire after pulling off the road. Well, pull yourself off the road first. That's a good idea. The body of the driver found on June 4th at approximately 3:45 near Ann Arbor Township, according to Detroit News. Police were called to the scene after witness reported a tractor trailer in a shallow ditch on the side of the road near Wilmore Lake, just after Dehu-Varon Road, and a small fire burning on top of a nearby hill. When first responders arrived, they discovered that the fire was a burning man and extinguished the flames. The man was pronounced dead at 3:56 upon initial investigation. Police believe that the man's injuries were self-inflicted and he likely set himself on fire. Wow. The man has not been identified. Autopsy results pending. Crazy. Truck driver who ignored weight limit signs ordered off the road after open container of marijuana found by the California Highway Patrol. Trooper ticketed a truck driver for a drug-related violation during a traffic stop that was initiated because the driver ignored a road sign in Santa Clara County. On Wednesday, June 4th, trooper said that a mobile road enforcement unit of the California Highway Patrol Gilmore Commercial Vehicle Enforcement Facility conducted a traffic stop on a commercial vehicle after the driver reportedly disobeyed black and white regulatory no vehicles over 7-ton signs. During the traffic stop, the officer could smell the strong odor of marijuana emitted from the driver's compartment. A subsequent search of the cab uncovered a black container filled with marijuana. Truck driver was ticketed for possessing an open container of marijuana and placed out of service for 24 hours, boys. There you go. That's pretty crazy, riding around with an open container of marijuana in your truck. What you do on your own time, I don't care, but that's pretty stupid, you know? I mean, just being honest. Drug driver from El Salvador charged for making false statements at a citizenship at a New York port of entry. A truck driver from El Salvador was recently arrested and accused of lying about his citizenship status, according to federal authorities. Oscar David Cortez Guzman, 49, has been charged with making a false statement, according to the news release on June 4th. U.S. Attorney's Office of the Western District of New York officials say that on May 17th, Guzman was operating a commercial vehicle with Maryland plates and at the Lewiston Bridge port of entry located in Niagara County, New York. They asked Mr. Guzman to identify during a primary inspection. Guzman presented a Maryland state driver's license. He also claimed to be a citizen of Mexico and indicated that he had been refused entry into Canada after making a wrong turn onto the Lewiston Bridge. On his way back to Michigan, Guzman was referred to a secondary to determine his immigration status in the United States. During second inspection, Guzman again stated that he was a citizen of Mexico and had his possession a Mexican consular ID card. A fingerprint check determined that he was, in fact, Oscar David Carreza Guzman, a citizen of El Salvador, and was previously removed from the United States in 2007. Ooh, that's what happens when you open that border up, boy. Even the ones you kicked out come back. Just saying. Uh, if convicted, Guzman faces maximum penalty of 5 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. Whew, man alive. Truck driver crash sends semi-truck plummeting off of I-94 bridge. Minnesota State Patrol say Minnesota State Patrol respond to a major two-truck crash near Elizabeth on Wednesday. Minnesota State Patrol responded to the crash at 10:20 a.m. on June 4th, according to the public information. Officer Sergeant Jesse Grabo says two semi trucks collided on I-94 westbound at mile marker 47 in Ottertail County, wherever the hell that's at. One of the trucks went over the I-94 I-pass and fell onto County Highway 10 below. Damn it, what a scene. One of the truck drivers was taken to the hospital for treatment of non-life-threatening injuries. Cause of the crash is under investigation. It did provide some pretty awesome pictures, you got to admit. Considering nobody died, you see that, you go, ooh, somebody probably died. Truck driver accused of intentionally rear-ending a car as part of a $10 million staged crash scheme. 3 people, including a truck driver, were arrested following a Louisiana State Patrol investigation into a suspected staged crash. Come on. On June 3rd, Louisiana State Patrol announced the arrest of Justin Lee, 45, Thomas Rain, Stephen Thomas, 38, of Lafayette, and Alfred O'Nees, 37, of Bayous Bridge, Louisiana. Following several weeks' investigation, the State Patrol launched an investigation following the complaint from the Louisiana Department of Insurance based on a report from a trucking company about suspected fraudulent activity related to a crash that occurred on January 19th. Damn, that's a hard story to read. A lot of big words in there. Investigating troopers determined that the suspects conspired to stage a crash at the intersection of Willow Street and Turlings Drive in Lafayette. Ladette, while operating the company truck, intentionally struck the rear end of a Chevrolet Silverado driven by Thomas, who was accompanied by Unez, the three juvenile passengers. Damn. You think you leave the kids out of your conspiracy to cause a truck crash, but hey, I guess hey, if they get some injuries, more money. It just seems a little weird to me, but hey, I'm not out here scheming on trucks, so I don't know. I ain't putting together truck crashes. Driver facing charges after falling asleep behind the wheel in Virginia. Truck driver is facing charges after falling asleep behind the wheel in Virginia on Tuesday morning. It was an Amazon trailer, if anybody's wondering. If there was any doubt it was an Amazon trailer, I will confirm it was an Amazon trailer. The accident happened on Tuesday, June 3rd, Interstate 64, Newport News, Virginia. According to the news, the tractor trailer was heading east on I-64 near Oster's Point Road. When the driver fell asleep behind the wheel, the tractor trailer then veered off the roadway, struck a guardrail before heading into the ditch and hitting multiple trees. No one was seriously hurt, and the truck driver was charged with reckless driving and failure to maintain proper control of a commercial vehicle as a result of the incident. No further information has been released. Jeff Bezos says, "Don't worry about it. I got to do what I got to do. Put women in space, apparently." So, 3,280 pounds of marijuana and 260 pounds of cocaine have been seized from commercial vehicle following a traffic stop on I-70 in Kansas. 2 people were arrested after a traffic stop on a commercial vehicle in Kansas uncovered thousands of pounds of drugs. Come on June 1st and 2nd, multiple law enforcement agencies partnered for criminal enforcement along I-70 corridor through Greer County, Kansas, with the goal of locating and identifying and apprehending major criminals using I-70 as a trafficking corridor. On the evening of June 2nd, officers with the Greer County Sheriff's Department conducted a traffic stop on a semi-truck at mile marker 302 on I-70 for traffic infractions. After observing indicators of further criminal activity, a canine unit was deployed and then probable cause search was conducted. Officers found approximately 3,280 pounds of marijuana, 260 pounds of cocaine concealed within the trailer. The estimated street value of the drugs is $4 million. Police arrested Von Tesgay, 33, of California, and Samson Halabib, 31, also of California. Following the traffic stop, both suspects are being held on $500,000 bonds each. If you want to help them out, just saying. Drug Enforcement Administration responded to the assist with the investigation. The operation is a powerful example of law enforcement can accomplish, they say, when they work together across all jurisdictions to complement and coordinate of all agencies involved was key to the success, say the Greer County Sheriff Nate Bokeman. There you go, folks. That's trucker news for the week. Appreciate you watching. Be sure to smash that like button if you made it this far. Become a subscriber if you're not one of those. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Take care of each other out there. And remember, people are more important than drugging. Hi, I want to talk to you real quick about the ES Advantage card. Do you need discounts at major truck stop chains? They got them. Do you need discount on shop rates at TA and Love's? They got them. Tire discounts. They even got health insurance now. Click the link down below. Easy application, no credit check. Sign up. They give you a call back, take all your information, and you'll be in the network. Do you need to save money by not idling your truck? Of course you do. That's why I'm introducing you to Zero Breeze today. Zero Breeze, a lightweight portable air conditioner that makes 5,280 BTUs of cooling power. Yes, you need this if you idle your truck overnight to stay cool. Yes, this will save you tons of money. Use my link below when you order, and I appreciate it.